my first stint in LA, like I literally, like sometimes I think about it, where like me and my like producer, my brother Idol, who like produces like a lot of my like shit, my partner in crime, we basically talk about it sometimes. Like our first stint out here was working with Anthony Kilhofer and like Good Music, Kanye West. Like that's like what we even came to LA to do. And like he got a beat off, like he produced a beat for Kid Cudi on Passion Pay and Demon Slaying. Like that was our first things we doing out here. Like sometimes we're like, man, if we had like leaned to that and been the motherfuckers, oh man, you know, posting up studio pics at Good Music and all that shit, like, oh, maybe people look at it like this, but like ultimately it's like we still got the same situation, and it's like I don't know. It's like one of those things, you know what I'm saying? I don't know how to explain it. I think about we do think about that a lot, but it's like if you still making the same move behind closed doors, like one thing people say to me a lot is like, man, like I don't really see you online, but you be in the same like, you know, rooms as us, meetings as us, and it's like it's kind of like a little element of surprise I feel like people like, and I honestly like that about other people too. So I just kind of move like that in my life. I'm a student first, always. Like I'm a student before anything, especially with this music shit. I'm like a student and a fan first, like because I remember being, like I always remember being like the person that's just like, because I still feel like the person that's just, oh, I'm just scrolling my timeline, you know, I'm just looking like everybody else, like, you know what I'm saying? I'm just in this shit like everybody else. Like I never want to feel like not that anymore, because that's when I feel like, you know, you kind of misalign. You kind of misalign yourself. Actually, people that actually like I met physically, like actual mentors, are you talking about like people I just soaked game from in the world? Physically, definitely Anthony Kilhofer, Kyle Ross, this music shit, Hayes Banga, and then like Swifty. Physically, yeah. But I take inspiration from like a lot of different places, like everywhere, like fucking everywhere. Life, and then to be honest, like that shift in 2010, like when Tyler and Odd Future came out, I just remember like seeing all that shit and like watching like what the internet did, because before that it was like you had to be like the sexy motherfucker or the fucking tall guy, like, or the gangster, like, or you wasn't like gonna be like, you wasn't gonna be like a real artist, like, you know what I'm saying, like so that shit didn't even seem like, I never even really wanted to make music. I was like more like the fucking short film dude, like doing visuals and shit like that, editing videos and shit like that. And saw Tyler and them, and then after Tyler, so many, like it was like it was more or less about like the creative you were, like not how you looked, like. And I was just seeing so many people blowing up that were like, I'm talking about then when we get to like 2013 or whatever, like Ugly God and people like that, and just like I'm just seeing like, oh damn, it's people that like really don't even, no offense to them, care as much as me in this shit, or at least like even see what this shit in the world could be like me, that's making money and like helping their family and shit like that. Like I would be at a disservice to not do this shit when all things in my life have been like, every time I tried to run away from it, have like put me right back to the same spot type vibe. So I was just like, dude, I like might as well. I had these crazy shroom trips in Arkansas, just like this psych journey, and I was just like, dude, like what the fuck? And I just got on it. Like to be honest, I just got on it. I knew I didn't want to go back to school. I knew I didn't want to fucking work. It was just like, well, like fuck, I'm either gonna do or die with this shit. To be honest, just do it. Whatever the fuck you're thinking, just do it. And then if it comes to music, just do it and just put it out. The only thing I wish, I literally have no regrets in this shit at all, but the only thing I find myself going back to sometimes is the thought of like, man, if I had just put all this music out versus like sitting up and like just holding it, because I got shit from like years, even like shits from like when I first came out here, like albums that like people were waiting on that I was like trying to figure out like the deal situation and da da da. Like when I should have just been putting the music out. Like you never know, like, because ultimately it's not up to you. You can have like the greatest plan of all time. At the end of the day, it's like up to the people and like the universe. Like, and the universe can't work until it's physically out of your mind, body, email drive, whatever the fuck, and it's like to the people, and it can get its legs. Like, you kind of just waste a lot of time, not, just doing whatever the fuck. And also at the same time, just if you don't feel like releasing anything, don't. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people feel like, I feel like a lot of people feel rushed these days and feel like, oh, I have to be posting every day to like get my fan engagement. I have to It's like, man, like just do whatever the fuck you want. Make music at your rate. Make your art, even if it's not music, whatever the fuck you're doing at your rate, and put out things that you're genuinely proud of, not like things that you're like, oh, I'm just, putting this out just to, make sure I'm on schedule, whatever the fuck. Type vibe. One thing that I've taken, or just like, I don't know if this is something like I've taken, it's not like a word someone's ever told me, like just what I've gathered myself is like, you just gotta really do you, live in your own world. Like, to be honest, like, listen to people, but only listen to them to the point of like, take the information and you have to decide what you want to do with that information. Because everything someone says to you is not going to be right, and everything you think isn't always going to be right. But you have to be like so sound in your like how you like can judge things. You have to be sound in that, and then know like what to take up on and what to just let down, you know what I'm saying? Like, and just live in your world. Cause like, no one can tell you anything. Like, all you can do is really live in your world and try to do it the best you can. Cause it seems like that's the common thread between like everyone that I like or like respect or that I just see working, period. You know what I'm saying? You really gotta build your world, cause no one else is gonna see or know what's in your head ever. So no matter what, everybody's gonna have a perspective.